For being the 4th of July, this week sure was spooky. Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. Let's kick it off with the USA mod collection. The first of our offerings was a satin-aged Plum Blue Burst custom. So here's what 6100 gotcha. Seldom seen blue burst finish, and it's done up in a teardrop shape. And then they gave it all black chrome hardware, including your knobs as well as the pickups. They tinted the lacquer yellow. Where have we kind of seen this before? Vaguely on the Gibson Les Paul Custom Centipede model. And oh, we've got one of the reissue style truss rod covers. Had to come back and check the bridge. Nah, it's still a Nashville style, so that is an upgrade to this one. But check out the back. So the neck has the blue bursted pattern, but the back of the body, they just left black. It kind of works. We're rocking Grover tuners with Demo Shop Serial 115. But now we've got Mango Sherbet. There's two different ways you can look at this one. Happy surf vibes or spooky orange. Looks like they threw one of them chrome switch tips on it. We've got a nice dark fretboard. It appears to be a new satin finish. If you wanted to lighten the mood up on this one, you would change the black into cream, because then it's peaches and cream, which feels a little bit more summer. But as far as mods, it looks like they did hand-wired 57 classic pickups. That is special because the modern-day SG standards do in fact come with a PCB system. But now we've got a 54 standard reissue in smooth black satin. So being a 54, that means you have a wrap tail with dual P90s. They have not messed with that at all, but they have aged the clear coat and gave you the voodoo red style knobs. But it looks like the edges just might have some sort of a color, as well as the back, and that hue is kind of an aged ambered natural. But whoa, haven't seen Grovers with that footprint in a while. On a historic reissue, here's how those look on the front, with our new blacked out truss rod cover. And sweet, they gave you the Les Paul custom version of the custom shop case. So instead of this white guitar, imagine black with the aged binding. Next, we've got an all-Alpine White 355 reissue. So somehow, we went from it looking like this to looking like this. That doesn't look like a 59 reissue anymore, because look, they've changed the binding color to black, not only on the body, but they also have it on the neck. And they gave it 70s-ified witch hat knobs, they omitted our pick guard, and the back is completely matching here, again with the black binding, even on the back. One of the old Gibson Memphis style truss rod covers. I wonder if this was just an older model that started life with the black binding, because it does have a brand new serial number on it. They say it started life as a 2024, but that would have had to have been like maybe a custom order with the black binding, because I don't see them redoing that in the mod collection. I mean, a brand new one of these is $6,000, so this one was offered for a $600 premium. But next up here, I thought this one was funny mainly because of its name, Malted Milk Paul, being a play on words of malted milk ball. You know, Whoppers, which have a crunchy white interior with a milk chocolate coating over them, as you can see displayed in these photos. So you come over here and you can kind of see what they were going for, the white interior with a little bit of chocolate there. The back makes sense to be this black and or chocolatey color because it hasn't been cracked in half there. But interesting, I cannot see the serial number at all, but they left the face of the headstock alone. And to follow that up, another play on words, gentle with genteel. So this looks like one of those ones I was just showing you. Some of those trans green ones are absolutely gorgeous, but this one they've added like a light border to it, and it's got such good wood grain. They threw the high performance style knobs onto it, omitted the pick guard. It's got a nice dark fretboard, but ooh, once again we're seeing the weird colorations with the glue showing. That's probably why it ended up as a factory second. And they gently painted the headstock with a nice light green color too. And it looks like they upgraded it to locking tuners. It's either that or somebody has those strings on very incorrectly. But we can confirm their locking status right here. And nice, they continued the burst pattern on the back too. But that one was definitely offered at a premium. And then we had another 50 standard in Lavender Sparkle this time at 32. This one's relatively tame as compared to the other things that we've seen, but once again, discolored inlay. Other than that, just a nice beautiful purple pawl with custom shop knobs and cream plastics. I was about to say no matching headstock, but it does look like they put some sort of a sparkle coat over it. And one of those no fret nib ones again. Whether it was refretted or just a manufacturing error, we don't know at this time, but we did see a few of them last week that they didn't say were refretted. And this week it just says no nib, so I think that confirms it for us. Maybe somebody forgot to change the programming of the machines from Les Paul Modern to standard 50s, and that's how something like that would occur. But the back is completely matching. And then hey, even the lefties got to have some fun with a high-end 57 reissue in Darkling Duck. Nah, just kidding, Darkling Teal. Although a Darkwing Duck signature Les Paul custom would be pretty cool. But it's just a really nice twilight blue with the reflector knobs. There's a third humbucker on this model, which isn't that uncommon. But something about seeing the ABR1 bridge that slanted, you just don't notice it on right-handed guitars. But even ours are slanted, but it's something about this trapeze tailpiece that just, makes this look so different. But this guitar does not have a maple top, it's just all mahogany. And we've got our ebony fretboard with block inlays. Face of the headstock looks like they gave it modern Grover tuners. Got a little bit crazy on the low E string. That's a gorgeous back. But I thought I was seeing a stinger, but now that I look closer, no, I don't think so. But it is Demo Shop Serial 125. And it looks like you're rocking Burstbucker 1 and 2 pickups with a 57 Classic Plus. But now let's see what the European mod collection has in store for us. A 50s reissue custom for the right-handeds now, in a very similar midnight blue hue. Man, it's such a dark blue, it just looks black. Here, I'll adjust the contrast. Maybe that'll help us see it, maybe it won't. But this looks fairly basic, except for they uncovered the middle humbucker just for a quirky look. Doesn't have your usual reissue truss rod cover, and it's been reamed out for the Grovers. Has a regular serial number. And okay, that's a much better photo of it. That is kind of cool. But now we've got a 70s V in orange flash. We've seen many a 70s style flying Vs done up in exotic colors. Here's kind of a reddish orange one. The white's really poppin', especially the binding. But our headstock shows us a little bit more. So it's gonna go from a dark orange to a light orange. Looks like somebody's reworked the nut on this one. That's very finely shaped. Here's another good look at how much the finish can vary. But now let's see the bright lighting photos. All right, maybe you would just have to appreciate this one a little bit better in person. That seems like quite the ridge between the finish and the bind. I don't enjoy playing guitars that have a really rigid feel between right here. It needs to be feather sanded down. And I can see why this one's a factory second. That one's really chewed up. But next we've got Caribbean Burst. For 3200, kind of reminds me of the Goro Yudo signature, just without the flame top. But it's a nice blue bursted color with kind of a nice, really majestic metallic blue on the back. These guys got the summer vibes down. Now we've got Peach Champagne on a 70s Deluxe. Talk about a complete overhaul. We've got P90 pickups in here. Black covers, clear pick guard, cleared knobs. They decided to cap off your stop bar tailpiece, throw a trapeze on it for fun, give it your champagne finish. The really rosy fretboard pulls this off really nicely. But then, after all that, they left it a natural gloss back and left your headstock relatively alone outside of a new truss rod cover and tuner tips. Let's take a look through their more candid shots here. So it looks like this might have a slight blue tint to it. You can see that around there. They left your regular case. I'm not seeing any good side profile shots, but the natural and pink, I think, do in fact work well together. But there's some sort of a dip in the finish right here. That would kind of bug me. But there we go. Now we're seeing it. The body even has some nice chatoyant effect to it. Yeah, that's perfect right there. I wish the USA mod collection would start including these two photos right here. Someone should pick that thing up. Then lastly, out of the mod collection, we've got Sparkle Plum. €4,000 for an SG special reissue, but hey, they gave it a interesting tenon cover. Not sure I like it, but I appreciate that it's different. And then they omitted the regular pick guard, gave you speed knobs. USA truss rod cover, didn't put any type of silk screen there. Downgraded yet to the Gibson USA case, and it was a complete refin. Oh, and in case you didn't notice, Gibson's website is slowly changing. I'm not sure if they're completely done doing it, but it has received a minor facelift as far as their top bar is concerned. Oh, and don't worry, yes, we will talk about the Jeff Beck Yard Burst. I just decided to buy one and I'm waiting for it to come in. So if anybody's in the market for one, feel free to reach out because I will be selling it after the review and can get you a deal. But now the USA Demo Shop. They have been kicking it on all cylinders. Like we get 3 or 4 updates a week sometimes. This time currently what's new and available is only 3. But again, it was 4th of July week. They probably only worked 1 or 2 days. So we saw an Epiphone USA coronet. There is a Gibson.com TV Yellow exclusive version coming out. It was teased in one of the Gear Guide episodes. If I'm going to review one of those, it's probably going to be that. So that's another one if anybody wants to new guitar day, feel free to reach out. I feel like the two base model colors they sent out, all the dealers just weren't that exciting, but TV Yellow's a little cooler. Yeah, it was actually this video. They were comparing it to a prototype that they had in their collection, which I think was kind of cool. We didn't really get any good up-close shots of the TV Yellow one here, but you can see it sitting in the back. It's got a tortoiseshell guard on it. But next up, there was a silver burst. And they also had a double neck. But a few interesting ones sold quickly. So here's a modern studio in smokehouse satin. And there was also a TV Yellow special and a second one that sold rather quickly. But now the European demo shop, as well as the UK demo shop, did not update this week. But on the EU side of things, I don't remember seeing this 16 days ago. One of the Gold Glory Epiphone, but especially I would have saw this. I don't think it showed up in the sold listings right away. That is a cool top on a studio. It's got a little bit of a chevron pattern over here. It's like a mix between spalting and bird's eye and flame. That's kind of cool. I wish it had more of that kind of stuff up here, but that is a unique top for a plain top studio. But alright, troglodytes, I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you tomorrow on the next one. Take care.